What it sounded
Welcome to
like.
Go Get This Podcast. Anyway, I'm Colby.
And I'm a talking peanuts with big two honking honkers. You can call me Fee.
What? Did you just say, like, let me break that down. Did you just say I'm a peanut with tits?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean in
Okay.
layman's terms.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's great.
I got two big mommy milkers. I got gigantic gazongas, just big old yabos.
So why that?
I'm eating a payday, and I thought it'd be funny if they had tits.
You were like, yeah, I'm eating the only thing that could make eating these peanuts better would be if they had tits.
Everything would be better. I had a saying that I was gonna say today, but it completely slipped my mind and I went blank, and I just like the fucking quick draw McGraw that I am, hot on the trigger. I was just like, okay, I'm saying it.
Oh, I've got it. You know what? I've got one in the chamber.
And I did, and I said it. It's out there. Everybody laughed.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a good week today. It's Colby. If you didn't know, is back from PAX East. He was gone, and now he's back. Excuse me.
That's right. Jesus, Fee.
I'm sorry.
I am back.
All these titty nuts.
PAX East, if anybody's unfamiliar, is just a gaming convention. PAX has 4, it used to be 5 conventions a year, and this is, I think, the second biggest one. It's the one that's on the East Coast.
They're all in different places, right?
Yeah, this one was in Boston.
He didn't even have a cream pie while he was there. I'm so upset.
Yeah, I don't know that Boston cream pies are actually famous in Boston, but I know that you're supposed to eat a cannoli when you go there, so I got a cannoli.
Is that a thing?
But it's like a New York thing.
Isn't it supposed to be like deep dish pizza? No, that's Chicago.
That's Chicago, yeah.
I don't know. Is Boston popular for fish?
Yeah, like crabs, lobster.
Yeah, do you have any of that? Probably not.
Here's the thing. I was going to, because I was like, one of the places, I ordered DoorDash a lot because...
Yes, I know.
So the way that I do conventions is I go to the show floor and then I walk aimlessly the whole time until the end of the day, and then I go home and then I sit in bed and go, oh, now my legs are sore and tired. I can't walk nowhere. And then I order food.
Yeah, I think that's a normal con going experience. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You wander around the con, you see something, and you're like, okay, well, I'll stop at that later. I'm going to make my way through. Maybe stop at a few places, and then on your way back, you stop at the places you saw going past.
Mm-hmm.
Or you buy like little trinkets or stuff, going and then coming. So
now imagine if you did that every day, but for 6 hours a day.
Oh, fuck that. I don't know how people do that.
That's like, it's fun. That's how.
Well, I mean, okay, like I can do that. Like, if I go to a con, I'll do that. I will suck it up, Buttercup, and I will walk for 4 days. I think you were there like longer. But I don't know how many days you walked. I will walk the entire convention. I'm there because I did not pay a lot of money to sit on my ass and not go and explore what all the cool stuff is.
True.
So I'm going to get the most out of it. I'm going to be there all day. I don't know how people leave during the day and then just come back. Just like, fuck that.
I mean, that's how I feel about it. I know that, like, so of our group that goes to Disney, Liz and Mia will sometimes like duck out at the end of the day and go to like the shopping area for that night. But then like me and our other companion will just sit in the hotel room and watch TV the whole time. And I'm like, I don't know who's wasting more of their time. But I feel pretty good about what I'm doing. Whereas like for PAX, basically what I did is every day I would wake up between like 9 and 10 a.m., make sure that I was out the door between 10 and 11, and then walk to the show floor and like grab a coffee on the way in, drink coffee, walk around the convention floor for an hour and a half, grab lunch.
This man and his fucking coffee. So, like, we're on Discord, like, the whole time, and there's just one day where he's like, I'm on my 6th coffee.
Well,
can I have some more?
I was thinking about getting 6 coffees. I ended up getting 5.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Don't be like, listen, 1-6. Don't go overboard.
Like, don't worry, we'll fucking get to that. But like at PAX, they had a barista that was there that was actually pretty cheap, but it gave you like very small drinks. So I would have that, and then they had like really cheap like gas station level coffee that I was like, this is serviceable. I can put in enough cream and sugar that it's okay. And so I would get that as well. It was like walk around the show floor for an hour and a half, eat lunch, which takes like 30 minutes, walk around the show floor for an hour and a half, eat second lunch, walk around the show floor for an hour and a half, day is over.
Fucking
yeah.
I think I would tap out at two cups of coffee and then switch over to water. Not because I don't like coffee, it's just because like after a while the consistency and like the sweetness would like bring me down.
Yeah, and I mean, I was probably dehydrated most of the time I was there, but fuck it.
Worth it.
I would get back to my hotel room and drink like 3 bottles of water the rest of the night. So
I guess it's fair. Before we get into any more PAX stuff, there are some stuff I wanna talk about first.
Yeah, get up in there.
So this is because I know this is gonna be like a whole PAX episode, but I wanted to tell the story. I wrote it down on my phone. So I was a chick.
I came up with this. 48-page novella, and I wrote it on my phone.
It's not. It's just one sentence.
Good.
It's one sentence because I was at Chick-fil-A the other day, ordering me a sandwich for work.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my window rolled down, and I heard the lady in front of me. She was making her order, whatnot. And when I could hear him just fine. When the lady said, "Okay, ma'am, will that be all?" And she was like, "Yes." The lady was like, "All right, that'll be $104. Go ahead and drive up." I was like, $100. And I was like, oh gee, what did you order?
Mm-hmm.
But like I wasn't listening to what she ordered. I just heard how much it costs.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my! I was like, how many people did you buy for? Chick-fil-A is pretty expensive, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like I spend like $15 there every time I go, just on me. Cause I'll buy 2 chicken sandwiches with cheese and a side order of mac and cheese with a drink. That's my Chick-fil-A order.
Not a bad order, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good order. And that's like $15. So this lady had to have bought like 6 or 7 meals. And I was like, fuck, dude, how do you $100? I'm like, how do you say that's okay just for one meal of the week? Like, oh.
Well, what if she was going for like this was like company lunch, like, we're gonna buy everybody in the company lunch, everybody gets 1 Chick-fil-A sandwich, all 30 of you.
I don't think so. I think it had to have been like something for her family, like it was her husband, and like I don't know, her 2 kids and grandpa or something. I tried
and
to
her
do
grandpa.
Grandpa.
That inclusion right there. Grandpa ate 4 chicken sandwiches and everybody hates him for it.
That's why they ain't going to Chick-fil-A.
Grandpa.
Fucking grandpa. He doesn't even eat them. He just puts his dentures in his mouth and gnaws the meat.
Yeah, the thing is, they run right through him. He shits him out so fast. It's like, did you even taste it, you idiot?
He's like, I didn't have time to taste it. I was shitting. I was, I was hootie a doo doo, baby. That's what I did.
True.
And yeah, that was my one interesting story of the week. That's the only thing that happened to me.
Jesus, though, just like that's so much. Like, why would you do that?
I don't know, dude. Like, every time I go to Chick-fil-A, it's not that I feel bad. It's just like, because I go once every couple of weeks when I feel like a chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love their mac and cheese and their chicken sandwiches go really well together with it. I'm just like, am I gonna pay like $16 today? So I kind of have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's one of the more expensive like fast foods I get whenever I go to work and I decide I want Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, it's Chick-fil-A is sort of like I would classify it as like upscale fast food in that it's more expensive.
Yeah.
And that's it. It just costs more money.
I would say some of their stuff's pretty quality. Like I said, I live and die by their mac and cheese. It is good.
Yeah, their mac and cheese is pretty good. The actual chicken, the chicken in the chicken sandwich is also really good.
Yeah. That's what I say. They're quality. So I mean, I get it. I get the price. Honestly.
Yeah, I get it. I don't like it though. Especially because, Chick-fil-A, known company to donate very publicly to anti-gay causes. So.
I know it's shitty.
Fucking assholes with their good chicken.
I was like, but damn, they make a good chicken sandwich.
Damn, they make a good chicken. Man, all those gays being genocided in third world countries as a result of Chick-fil-A money. Good chicken, though.
Listen. Just I don't think about it when I'm eating the sandwiches. Okay, I'm just closing my eyes and
close my eyes and be like, the world is a safe and fair place.
Not the chicken set, not the Chick-fil-A I go to. They would never.
No, that Chick-fil-A, they're next to some of my best gay friends.
Some of my best gay friends work there.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there the other day and they were just like, you know what? Butt sex, we're okay with it. They thumbs up.
Yeah, you know what? On behalf of Chick-fil-A, I say that actually the gays are pretty cool. And then they didn't even finish their sentence before they got fired. It's crazy.
Yeah, but that was unrelated. It was unrelated.
Mm-hmm.
It was unrelated.
Yeah, that was because he shit in the pickles. He said, how funny would it be if I made shit pickles? And everybody was like, I don't know what that means. And then the next thing they knew, there was a big Duke in the pickles. Crazy.
How funny would it be if I served this next guy with my wiener in the milkshake?
What a funny joke.
Just walked out. He's like, here's your shake, sir. And he's like, he awkwardly is balancing it on his knees with his like wiener inside the cup. Just pants down. Sorry.
God.
It's so stupid. It kind of looks like Buffalo Bill when he tucks his junk behind and he's like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
God, the way in which Buffalo Bill talks is just so disconcerting. No one talks like that. Stop, please.
I know. Like, I wonder if he really talked like that
in real life. God, I hope not. Can you imagine in interviews they're like, so, like, how'd you get into character? And he's like, well, I said to my wife, I playing kind of a weird guy in this one.
He's like, I had to smoke 10 packs of cigarettes a day. Just fucking.
I was on meth the whole time. They just gave it to me for free.
I didn't even have to ask for it. Just
God.
That's enough of that. All right, enough of that. We're going on a tangent. Let's get back to. Well, there's a couple of other stuff that happened this week. So
there are, yeah. So
E3 got shut down.
Yeah, the biggest one is that E3 got shut down.
Well, I don't know if that's the biggest one. There's two big ones, and it's one's E3, and the other is Kang the Conqueror got in domestic violence.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about Donald Trump being indicted. That's actually probably the largest news story in America right now. But
Yeah,
yeah, also Kang the Conqueror being revealed as a shithead.
Yeah, so I guess 3.
Yeah, they're all at the same level though.
Yeah, they're all exactly same level. Listen, the guy, man, it really hurts me about the Kang one. I forget his name.
Jonathan Majors.
It really hurts me about Jonathan Majors because, like, what was it last week that we were just like praising him for being a great actor?
Yeah, we were like, yeah, he's the best part of this new MCU thing.
He's the best part of the MCU. He's in Creed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just praising him. What a great actor he is. How good he looks. And now he's an asshole.
Yeah, he's still a good actor, but
No,
damn.
I
The thing
get it.
is, like, he got whatever, like, I don't think acquitted, but let go for, like, you know, there's not enough evidence to convict him of domestic abuse.
Even though his lawyer put out texts that were fucking very bad for him.
Yeah, why? Why did they do that?
His lawyer was secretly like hoping he'd get arrested.
Yeah, his lawyer was like, listen, if I can keep this case going, I'm going to get paid a lot of money. But like the thing with it is like, just like with, what's his name? Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
Just like with Justin Roiland, even if he's acquitted legally of any wrongdoing, like the fallout of people then being like, oh, thank God, everybody thinks that this guy's a shithead. Now, like, I can confirm for you that yes, he is a shithead. He was a shithead to me. This is how he was a shithead to me.
Yeah.
And I was afraid to tell you earlier because I was, you know, he's a big guy that everyone loves, and everybody would hate me if I was just like, oh, the guy that you love is shitty, actually.
Yeah. The thing about both of them, they both got fucking acquitted of their charges.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Roiland got let free. Jonathan, whatever his name is, Majors.
Yeah.
Majors. He got like free, but MCU already came out and said they're not doing that show with Kang in it.
Oh, baby.
I don't know if they're gonna stop the what's it called? The movie. If Kang, I bet Kang is already gonna be like the titular enemy. He's got a contract. I don't think Disney can pay to break it, but like, what are they gonna pull out of their? It's just gonna sink the MCU further.
Yeah, it makes me wonder. Like,
like, despite the bad press he's getting, like, they have to go through with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't see what they could do.
Yeah, it makes me think that like they can't have a pivot here, right? Like they put all of their eggs into like this Kang the Conqueror basket. Although I will say, they do have a history of telling black guys to go fuck themselves and replacing them with different actors. So like,
yeah, but Terrence Howard is also an asshole.
Yeah, so I'm not. Oh God, how good would that be? They replaced Jonathan Majors with Terrence Howard. I was like, yeah, I knew you would let me back in here.
Terrence Howard, like, I was here the whole time.
Then they replaced him with Don Cheadle again. Don Cheadle in a different mask.
I mean, it's the multiverse technically.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't like that be some shit? Because like I haven't seen Don Cheadle in the MCU in a long time. What if like they did like a multiverse of like War Machines and one was Terrence Howard?
Yeah. That'd be fucking sick.
I'd love to see that, but then again, no, because Terrence Howard and his stupid Terrence Howard math would come and ruin the MCU more.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you get movies that are 8 hours long. And Terrence Howard is like, no, it's only an hour and a half in fucking Terrence Howard math.
Fucking hate Terrence Howard math. So yeah, I don't know what the MCU is gonna do.
Yeah,
I have no clue what they're gonna do.
It's hard to imagine that they're gonna change the story. Like the whole thing has been building up to like the Kang, like fucking Kang army,
Kang
you know?
Dynasty,
Yeah. Kang showing up and swinging dick, being like, "I'm the guy."
They're probably just gonna minimize his presence in the shows.
Yeah, but then I guess then you've got
The thing is, he's a big player in the Loki season 2.
Yeah,
One of
he
the
must be.
Kangs is like gonna be a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
The one that looks like what's it called? Abraham Lincoln. The one that created peanut butter.
George Washington Carver.
Yeah, George Washington Carver.
He doesn't look like Abraham Lincoln.
No. You know what I meant.
Mm-mm.
He looks. Shut up.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. He looks like that guy. He has like that old timey suit.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be in Loki season 2. I don't know what other MCU projects he's in besides Kang Dynasty, but they're probably gonna minimize it. I saw an article about it, but I didn't read it because honestly, I
saw
care.
that someone did write about it, but I didn't care enough. That's my life story. It's like I'll see the headline of something and be like, I need some more details on this, but not a whole article's worth. I need like 5 sentences.
Yeah, just summarize it for me, please.
Please, not the whole thing can't be important. I know it can't be.
Yeah, just give me a TLDR. I don't need to read how you're feeling, how everyone's feeling. I don't want to know all this shit. Just tell me yay or nay, please.
Please.
So,
I want to be informed, but God, I can't pay attention that long.
I want to be informed, but I want to be informed fast.
Yeah, I've got other things to do, stupid.
Yeah, like read this other article. God. Or complain about the other one. Like PAX. Or not PAX. E3. But I think E3 was already in the works. I mean, you could tell that it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
People were pulling out.
Yeah.
People were pulling out. All the companies were already putting their like trailers out that they were gonna put out during E3. And
that's the thing is like whenever E3 was announced for this year, almost immediately, Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox were like, we're not going to be there.
Yeah.
And then like, Ubisoft was like, I guess we're not going to be there either.
Like, why would Nintendo be there? They have the Nintendo, what's it called, Direct.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation's got State of Play. All Xbox has to do is come up with a dumb name. And then
Xbox has Xbox Live, and they just like jerk off on mic and talk about how they fucked your mom, and then they say, go to YouTube. There's trailers.
Yeah, go to YouTube. There's trailers. Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, watch that while I'm fucking your mom.
God,
it's really weird.
Your hot, sexy, titted peanut mom. Sorry. Yeah. So I already knew E3 wasn't gonna happen, and I think a lot of people did. The only person that didn't know E3 was gonna happen was E3.
Yeah, E3 was like, nah, we're gonna stick it out. They're gonna come back. They're gonna come crawling back.
Oh, you'll come crawling back. Just fucking. E3.
Here's what I think. I think they reserved some event space, and they were like, yeah, we're going to put down like a $20,000 deposit. And then they were like, okay, great. So like 3 months for 2 months, however many months, 3 months before the event, we need you to put down like half the payment, and then you'll pay the other half like the month of. Yeah. And I'm sure they were coming up on that deadline, and they were like, are we really going to spend $100,000 on this fucking event that no one is going to go to? Come on, guys. We can't do this.
Not even Jeff Keighley's here. Come on.
And here's the thing. Like we mentioned PAX. Fun fact, the same company that runs E3 runs PAX. Yeah, ReedPop is the company.
There was already a lot of like trailers and stuff that was shown at PAX.
Mm-hmm.
Why and that's public. Why months later would you have E3 for press only when the public's already seen it?
Well, here's the thing. E3 also stopped being press only, which is I think is whenever things started going downhill. The reason being there was 2 years there, I believe, where you could, as a member of the general public, you could just purchase a pass to E3. but the cost of that badge was like thousands of dollars.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm
Let's
just
see.
saying. Like, why would E3 still be a thing in this landscape? Everything's online. All they have to have is a digital showcase, like Nintendo, of like what
Mhm.
they're coming from, and they could do it from their fucking office building.
Yeah.
They don't need to pay for a bunch of people to like play. They got to say is these are the trailers for the games that are coming out, and the demos are going out on Monday.
Yeah.
There's no need for that. Like E3 in the landscape. What so press can I don't know get an early access and be like, oh, this was good or it's better than I thought. When you could just do it yourself a few days later after or even the same day when the
Yeah.
trailer's revealed. Like
Yeah, and it sort of makes sense, right? Like it makes sense for smaller game devs to be like, okay, this is an event where there's going to be a lot of large players there, but the press that's going to go, they're not going to spend all of their time there. They're going to have to be looking for other things, and if we're there, bam, like they can come interview us about like our indie titles. So like this is going to be like a good event to do that with.
see, but why would press do that for indie games? They'd have to be like there'd have to be a lot of like press from like a lot of companies there because they're mostly going for like AAA titles.
Yep.
Indies don't pull in the numbers like AAAs, even though indies are all good. But
Yeah.
even so, indies already have their own like kind of E3 or PAX. Like it's called Indie Land, I think.
There's a number of different things that are out there that do like indie presentations, and in fact, like Nintendo and Sony both dedicate pretty large portions of their like states of play and Nintendo Directs to indie games already.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, and Xbox
honestly,
does it too.
it doesn't like it made sense back whenever like the internet was like internet journalism was not the biggest thing. Like it was a thing, it was a growing thing, but like
Yeah,
it
back when people still read magazines.
back when people read magos, baby. But it's also like, you know, you have like this big industry-wide event, and it's like this big cultural thing as well. And so like E3, like everybody's pumped about when E3 comes around. Everybody is. And even like Nintendo, if I'm not mistaken, like the last E3 in person that there was, Nintendo was like, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to do a Nintendo Direct, and then like you can come play the games that we have on the show floor there, but we're not going to be doing a press conference there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, all right. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then it's because like they didn't need to, right? Like,
No.
like who cares? So instead they decide, you know, like COVID happens.
Yeah.
At this point,
everything.
yeah, it changes everything. So for E3, God, what is this? It's 2020.
Feels like so long ago.
So yeah, E3 2020. This is a month into the pandemic. This is right before lockdowns begin. So this is like February 28th. I'm reading this article from Polygon right now, and they say that there are two badges basically. There's the gamer badge, which is $165, and then there's the premium badge, which is $995. And that premium badge means so E3 basically has a show floor Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Gamer badge says, yeah, you could come Wednesday and Thursday. But the premium badge allows you to come in on Tuesday, and you also get to go into like the sort of like media and press quiet rooms. So like that's cool.
It's just man, I don't know. E3 used to be this cool thing that everyone loved watching, and then it just progressively got worse.
Yeah,
Kind of-
I honestly, I got to go to E3 once, and it was probably the last really good E3. Like one of the last ones.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was that was the year that Final Fantasy VII Remake got announced.
Ooh, that was a long time ago.
It was 2015, and it was like so I had Nintendo didn't have a conference then either. It was just Microsoft and Sony that had their like conferences that were there. So like the most interesting thing was like I went to the Xbox one and I'm like live tweeting about it, and like we're sitting inside of this like fucking stadium, like shoulder to shoulder with just anybody who anybody who has an E3 badge can just go to this conference, right? So I'm sitting like up in the rafters live tweeting like I'm an actual journalist.
The company you were with wasn't even a gaming company, right?
No, it was. It's a website called Subcultured.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If you go to sub-cultured.com, the
Up?
website is still up, but doesn't have HTTPS, so it looks really sketchy.
Oh.
But yeah, and you could see the last articles that were updated there were from me in like 2019.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a weird. Yeah.
Well, I mean, so like, I just don't get like E3. Like, I don't want to see celebrities. Like, it was kind of like the Game Awards. I don't care like for these celebrities like introducing game trailers. I never even watched it. I would progressively. I would just wait for trailers to come out, then watch the trailers while like watching other stuff on TV. I could care less what they had to say. Or like devs talk being like, oh, we're spending years on this game and we think it's gonna be great when it comes out. And then it comes out and it's just a piece of shit.
Well, the thing is, like, E3 was like the Game Awards, but without any awards, which are, in my opinion, probably the worst part of the Game Awards. So like, it was just like, here's a trailer for a thing, that's over. Here's a trailer for a thing, that's over. Here's a trailer for a thing, and that was it. Announcing that and like doing big like announcements about like, this is what the next console is. This is what the next whatever is going to be.
Just
look at all the comparisons.
Just put a trailer online. That's why I love Nintendo Direct. They're just like, we're gonna be here for an hour just showing trailers and giving you updates on stuff, and maybe show some DLC, and who knows, maybe there'll be a new console.
Yeah, we're gonna do a wacky sketch in the middle, and everyone's gonna love it.
Oh, they don't do that anymore. They don't do like the fucking Reggie Fils-Aimé fighting who is it, Sawada? Yeah. Just that was so good. Or like you don't get like the Star Fox puppets of Reggie and everyone, of Miyamoto and
what rough because that was great.
It was so good. It was so good. Like, we don't get that anymore. We just get a guy that comes on screen and is like, hello, good afternoon, welcome to Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still happy because I love seeing trailers, but it's not showy like it used to be.
Yeah, for sure. And there's goods and bads to that. There's goods and bads.
Get to the point is the good.
Yeah, get to the point is the good. Bad is there's room for pageantry. You can have some fun stuff.
The bad is the voice acting.
Yes, for sure that.
The translation not the translation. Translation's fine, but the voice acting. The guy who's like who's narrating in English sounds like he'd rather be anywhere but there. Mm-hmm. And he's saying it with like so little emotion. He's like, hello, this is Nintendo. We know you're gonna be excited for the new fucking, oh shit, what's the one with Captain Pikmin? You're gonna be so excited for Pikmin 4. You got a dog now.
And who was that dog?
Just stupid. I love that. Like, Kobe made a bingo out of Nintendo Direct, and let me tell you, so good, so fun. Get your friends together. Watch Nintendo Bingo, or get Nintendo Bingo. Making bingos out of like silly events is always fun, or silly things.
Yeah, bingos are a good time.
It's better with stakes because there was no stakes other than I told you so. But
True.
Then again, I don't like doing the whole like fucking take a shot for for if this person does this or if this is sad.
Just to
I'm
put
not
some money down, or whoever gets the least bingo squares, I don't know, in a row
gets
has to
punched
eat
in
a
the
pepper.
nuts. Yeah,
Punch in the
pepper.
nuts. Nice.
And if you don't live in the immediate area, you gotta like live stream yourself getting punched in the nuts to your friends. But like you punching yourself in the nuts.
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of experience with that. So
Yeah, you. I remember you doing it just to make yourself throw up.
pee.
Oh yeah, pee. That's
Yeah.
right. That's crazy times.
Yeah, good time. But yeah, like E3 was like a very large cultural touchstone, and now it's gone. We've got enough events to replace it. We have, the Game Awards, we have like Nintendo Directs, PlayStation State of Play, and we've got things like PAX.
Yeah. I'd like to end E3 E3 since we're not going to talk about it no more. We're going to go on to PAX. But did we really need E3? What are we missing?
Oh, we don't need it now. No, not at all.
Yeah, that's why I'm not talking wise. I'm like, in real life, like, I'm glad it's gone. I hope it doesn't come back. Because honestly, what did it bring to the table?
Here's the thing. I really liked PAX time. I really liked E3 time because number one, it was around my birthday. But number two, it was basically 2 or 3 days, usually just 2, sometimes 1, where it was just like jam packed with press conferences. And so like at work, my whole work day was just like, all right, well, for an hour and a half, I'm going to be screaming at the screen during the Sony one. And then there's like a 2-hour break. And then there's the Xbox one, which I don't care enough about, but if they drop a new Halo, I'll be excited. And then there's like 2 hours, and then there's the new Nintendo one, and then maybe tomorrow is like Ubisoft, and then Bethesda, and like, all these different things that just all these different like press conferences where you're like, nice, we're gonna spend like Uncle Reggie Fils-Aimé is gonna tell me all about the new Mario. Can't wait.
He doesn't work for Nintendo anymore. That's sad.
Yeah, it is sad, but like that time was kind of special and cool because like all of the stuff was happening at the same time, as opposed to like you get a notice from Nintendo that's like, oh, in 2 days we're gonna do an Nintendo Direct about this thing, and then that's it.
That.
Like
I don't know. I like that. I was never big. The only reason I was big into E3 was to watch the trailers, and I wasn't about the hype all around it. But I guess because I've never been, or like, I never had like a computer to like stream it up until recently. So I would only be like excited about the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said we could do without E3. It's fine. I'm cool with what we have, with all the directs that we have with everyone. Just drop the trailers in one day. Just live stream the trailers coming out, then drop the trailers right after, so that way I can watch them again in a better resolution.
Yeah.
And then, that's good. That's all I need.
I mean, I'm into that, but I do appreciate making an event out of a thing. It feels like it makes it feel cool. It makes it feel special, and it makes it feel like an event, like something that I would feel okay with. Like if I had a hint about what was coming during an E3, being able to just say like, yeah, I'm gonna take off work for the day so I can just go watch this, and like I'm gonna get my snack plate. I'm gonna order in. I'm gonna make myself a big sandwich, and I'm gonna watch the Nintendo thing and just scream.
That's the only thing like that I kind of miss about E3 is not having the chance to get big enough to be invited to E3.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. To be like the outlet that okay, so here was the metric. The metric back in the day was 10,000 unique views a month. And you've only really got you basically have to meet that And that's a requirement to get a press pass. And so
Ooh.
which is a lot, I'll be honest with you. So
That's
like
a lot.
I had a video game review website called Aristogamer, and we got oftentimes above 10,000 views, but they weren't unique. So like I never qualified for E3 by myself, but writing with Subcultured, we would get like 15,000 unique views some months, 12,000. And so we qualified for one thing. No one else could go. And I had money so I could fly out there. So I was like, hey, I could do it. And everybody was like, okay. And I was like, fuck yeah. It was great.
I was a big fan of Aristogamer.
Yeah, me too. It just became too much work, and then I had to stop.
Well, I mean, because y'all, that was back when you were like editing videos and had to put on a costume and like write a review. It was a mixture of things. It's not like just what we're doing right now, sitting in front of our microphone.
No, this is much easier. I basically, the amount of time I spend on Go Gettas podcast every week is probably the amount of time it takes to record the podcast plus 45 minutes. That's about it.
Yeah, I think I spend a lot more time on the show. Mostly because I listening to the show that we go over to make sure everything sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Listening to pick out what's it called? Funny parts for TikToks. Just that kind of jazz. I'm always listening to our stuff to make sure we're doing good. I'm always looking at the analytics. I'm trying to post this everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to. I take this podcast not too seriously, but like I guess more serious than anything I've got going on.
Yeah, which I appreciate because I do not have the time.
Yeah, honestly, I do, and it's fine. Like it's good. Our YouTube channel's coming up, actually. So I'm proud. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it's we're doing some good shit out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we'll tell you about that later. Anyway.
Yeah. For now, I'll tell you some stuff about PAX.
Yeah.
PAX East.
PAX me full of information.
I will. So this PAX this PAX had a lot of like really interesting stuff about it. Number one, badges were really expensive. Let me tell you. let me fucking sit down with Uncle Cole. I'll tell you.
Did you get a regular badge or like some kind of premium one?
Good question. That is exactly what I was about to say. So, I can actually probably find this. Read pop.
I know you told me before, but I forgot.
There we go. Okay, so my wife purchased me a 4-day badge.
Ooh.
So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh.
The price of a regular 4-day badge.
Okay.
$260.
Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
You say through gritted teeth. Oh, that's fine.
Uh-huh. I could do that. I'd have to do it I'd have to save from the beginning of the year though.
Yeah, it's a rough one. And so I said, you know what? Why don't I knock out 2 birds with 1 stone? Because that's very expensive. So why don't I do a talk? I'll submit a talk to PAX, and if they accept it, I get a free badge.
Oh yeah.
And so I did, and they gave me a free badge, and I get a free badge that says special guests on it. And the special guest badge does basically only 2 things. There's a couple of things that it doesn't do that it differs from a media badge, but I'm excited to tell you and everyone else that's listening the best cost to effort, sort of justification that you can get for these badges. So if you have the money, you don't want to do any work, getting a regular badge is okay. I will say the advantage of getting a special, like, what does a special guest badge get you? Which is like being a speaker. Yeah. Special guest badge only gets you the free badge.
Okay.
And there's a separate line entirely for special guests and media and VIPs.
Okay.
So that means that like at the beginning of the day, like if I'm not mistaken, they don't send badges in the mail. So you have to you have to purchase your badge and then show up and be like, hello, I'm here to collect my badge. In order to do that, you have to wait in this fuck off long line that is sometimes like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
But if you're a special guest or a media person or whatever, you just basically skip the whole line and just walk in, and you maybe have to wait 5 minutes until you get your badge, and then you're done.
Damn.
So that's the super big advantage. I was like I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I'll do my talk. My talk will be maximum an hour and a half. Preparation time beforehand, an hour, maybe 3 hours to like make sure the talk is good because it's the talk I've already done. I've just got to modify it. Like, all right, so that is gonna make up enough for the like, the badge time. Like I'm saving time collecting the badge, right? And I also then save $260. Kind of worth it, honestly.
And that badge lets you be there the whole time?
Yep.
God.
Whole time.
Why didn't you do that for us? Like submit a thing for like, I don't know, helping you do like something with the podcast. So that way I could have went.
Yes. So we can do that next year.
Ooh,
probably.
Yeah.
So I mentioned like VIP and I mentioned like the other one is exhibitor and there's media. Those are like I think the 4 or 5 badge types. VIP is like you're a hand selected PAX person, right? Like you are Markiplier or some shit, right? Like that's who VIPs are. So you don't like you get selected for VIP, you don't apply.
Yeah.
Media, you basically have to submit like, hey, I'm a game news or like journalism outlet. Here are 3 articles I've written in the past 3 months that have my name on it. That is like an active website. And I can prove to you, like, I am actively updating this website. I do coverage of events and I'm going to be the events person for this. You basically put in your application and say like, hey, I want a media badge. And then if you meet those requirements, you're done basically.
Fuck yeah.
They give you a media badge, and the media badge, again, you get a special line to get your badge. So it's very fast. The other thing that you get is on when I went, PAX used to just be 3 days. So it would be Friday morning, but I would imagine now it's Thursday morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. An hour before the show floor opens. It's just media hour. So the only people that are on the show floor are media people, which means that you've only got to fight with like, I don't know, 2,000 people as opposed to the fucking 40,000 that are going. I don't know how many people are there, but you only have to fight we have to fight with a much smaller amount of people to like get in and demo the games that you want to demo.
Yeah.
And then the show floor opens up. So you do get like that 1 hour. The other thing that you get, which is not an official thing that you get, because like that's the official. The other official thing is there's usually a media room. It's just a room that they have open that has like snacks and Wi-Fi, and you can go in there to like write up your articles or like take some quiet time to like get some work done, and then you can head back down to the show floor. So kind of a cool thing. Doesn't always have like the best amenities. Like by snacks, I mean like an orange or a little bag of pretzels or whatever.
I love oranges though.
Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, free water is always good.
Yeah, true. But yeah, like that's the official one. The unofficial things that you get are if you walk up, especially to usually an indie and sometimes a very like big booth, if you walk up to them and you're like, hey, listen, I've got a 30-minute gap between right now and my next interview. I really want to play this game. I do not have time to wait in the line. Is there a way that I could cut and try to like, do you have a demo booth? Do you have like something else? so I saw this for Shovel Knight. Yacht Club Games had they were doing Mina the Hollower.
Yeah.
They had a demo for that.
Love
And
that
Donkey, Video Game Donkey of YouTube
oh my
fame,
god.
and his wife both showed up and talked to the developers for a while, and then they pulled back a curtain, and sure enough, there was like two bar stools and a TV behind a curtain in like a private this is your demo station thing.
Yeah.
So some of them will have that. Some of them will just let you cut the line. Some of them will let talk to you. They'll give you free merch. They'll give you a thumb drive of like media assets or whatever the fuck.
I'm sure Donkey probably contacted them before.
Yeah, because it seemed like they were walking around and kind of, it looked like they were prepping and like making sure that the demo station was like okay. So I imagine that he said like, hey, do you have time for me to come by and like demo this game? And they were like, I come by at 12:30, and then he did.
Speaking of Donkey, this fucking guy, Colby, he kept running into Donkey like what for one day. He just kept running into Donkey.
Three times.
Didn't want to fucking high five him. Didn't want to be big mode. He was small mode.
The thing is, I try to think of it from his perspective.
Listen,
and
all you had to do was be like, hey, Donkey, high five. Blop, go on your way. Like 5 seconds.
Nope.
Didn't even have to stop him.
That requires human contact, Fee. That would require two things of me: that I use my voice to talk to someone, and two, that I then slap his hand with my hand.
Next year, when we cheat the system and go do a panel there, I'm gonna see Donkey and I'm gonna five his hand so hard.
Do it. You should do that away from me. Don't associate with me when you're doing that.
I'm be like, yo, Donkey, I'm a special guest. High five.
I'm a special guest. This is my friend, and we have a podcast together. We're gonna high five, and I'm like running away actively. I'm like, no, don't look at me.
Face goes pale, and you're like, oh no.
Oh no, I'm still cool, Donkey. No, and Donkey's like, you guys suck. I hate you.
See, but when he says that, he secretly loves you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm not gonna be one. I'm not gonna bring my Donkey beanie and be like, look, I bought your merch.
Hey, you owe me.
If anything, I'd probably buy him a Jake Paul poster and give him a new Jake Paul poster.
Good for you.
Because
for doing that.
Listen, have you seen his Jake Paul poster?
It's pretty rough.
It's fucked up.
It's pretty rough, dude.
Whenever he would stream, he would just beat the fuck out of it, like on the wall. He would tape it on his wall, and it would just fall apart. So like, it's all fucked up.
It's got 5 or 6 different kinds of tape on it. Very good.
He's Jake Paul's biggest fan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! But that's what I would do. But mostly because like I really respect Donkey a lot. So what better way is to give him a high five? Not ask for a picture. That's too much. Just high five.
Yeah, even that I can't. Not doing it.
I wouldn't even mention like that I do a podcast unless he asked for it. I just want to just say hi and high five him.
Can you imagine that? You're like, hey, I really like your stuff. Can I get a high five? And he's like, yeah, do you do a podcast?
You look like you're a guy that does one.
You look like one of them podcasters.
I'm like, here's my card. And I made cards for the event, by the way.
Yeah, hell yeah, you did.
I mean, if you're gonna do a phony panel about podcasts, you're gonna want cards for yours.
Yeah, true.
So
got to get up in there. But yeah, like it was it's a good time. The problem is, right. The other one is exhibitor. That's like you have a booth on the show floor. You have to pay a ton of money for that.
Dang.
So yeah, and also like if you have your own booth on the show floor, I've talked to a number of exhibitors. Like most of the time by the end of PAX, they haven't seen anything on the show floor because they've been at their booth the whole time.
Well, yeah, they spent a lot of money to get the booth. They want to make it back plus make some revenue.
Yeah, exactly. And so they don't have time to go out there and do some crazy stuff.
I always thought like, oh man, having a booth at a place would be cool. But then I'm just like, oh no. As I got older, I was like, oh no, it's not. I'm like, you don't get to go see anything. You gotta sit there all day. No, no, no. That's bullshit. You're
Yeah.
basically going to a cool ass convention. Just as I mean, yeah, you're selling your stuff and you're trying to like make your audience like bigger or meet fans that you told you were gonna be somewhere. But also like you don't get to see all the cool stuff that's going on at PAX, especially. There's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah. There's the thing is, there's so much that like with an attention span and a convention walking style like mine. I was there. I walked the convention floor all day Friday, all day Saturday. A friend of mine sent me a text the end of Saturday and was like, "Hey, you're at PAX. Can you go buy this hoodie from Mega 64?" And I was like, "Mega 64 is here?
Yeah.
Where are they?" And they sent me a picture of the hoodie, which also happened to have the like the booth in it, and I was trying to picture like where is this? And the next day I spent a good 20 minutes looking around, and I finally found them just in the corner of the whole thing, just sitting there, and I was like, how did I not see this? It's crazy.
Mega 64 is cool.
Yeah, Mega 64 is cool.
What's it called? Speaking of that, I Kobe, I was like, hey man, give me some neat little trinkets while you're there, and he got me a few things.
Mm-hmm.
He got me like a koozie and a pin and a lanyard. I'm really happy. I'm really excited about the lanyard.
Yeah, the lanyards were very free. You could take as many as you wanted, so I did.
Took an armful, just
Yeah, I said I'm gonna make a shirt out of this one day. So yeah, you've got a Dead Island 2 koozie, you have a Tears of the Kingdom pin, and you have a
Final Fantasy 16 lanyard.
Yes, a Final Fantasy 16 lanyard, and one other thing.
Ooh.
On the last day, this game called WrestleQuest.
Oh yeah.
This
That's
game
the
called
RPG.
WrestleQuest. Yes, I think. Yes, it is. This game called WrestleQuest was like passing out pins.
Hell yeah.
And this guy, I tried to ignore him, and he shoved a pin in my hand. And I went, okay. And then I walked away. Not the reaction he was hoping for, I'm sure.
I know about the RPG. I know about the game. I've been planning on playing it, but there's like a lot of good stuff that kept coming up, so I haven't had a chance.
Well, it's also not out yet. It comes out in May.
It's on Steam, I think.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So yeah, I saw it, and I saw some people are playing it actually. So it looks really cool. Just I haven't got to it yet. It's like $20. Really cool, really cool. So got me a cool WrestleQuest pin.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm real happy about that. Like I said, next year that PAX is gonna have Fee there.
Yeah, so the
out.
the thing about that is we've got to figure out how we want to do it, because for like I don't know if they'll count a podcast as media, because we can't. Like, it would be very easy for us to be like, hey, we talk about video games, we talk about pop culture, we want to go to PAX, and we want to talk about PAX, right?
Yeah.
And to point them to this episode and be like, we talked about PAX in this episode for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if that's enough for them to say like, yes, you both can get a media badge and come. But
a special guest badge.
The other thing that we could do is make a panel.
Yeah.
And if they accept the panel, then we get an acceptance. Honestly, I would say if you want to go to PAX and you want to pay as little money as possible, but also do as little effort as possible, make a good panel that like is interesting to talk about, but is also low effort for you, something that you're really interested in or passionate in, know a lot about, so you could just talk about it for an hour for no reason, do that. That's a good thing.
That's something we'd have to brainstorm.
Yeah, or make a media outlet and just do it.
What do you mean make a media outlet?
It just make a website that's like, this is for video game news, and then you're like, look, we've been a website for 6 months now.
Yeah, but my writing is atrocious. I can't write.
Yes, it is. You are correct about that.
Shut up.
Yeah, fun fact, actually, both Fee and Mike, while I was doing Aristogamer, were like, yeah, we want to write an article for your website. And both of them, whenever they submitted the article, I was like, this is really bad. I have to edit this a lot.
I'm just not good with punctuation.
Yeah.
Our sentence structure.
Or English, really.
Honestly, yeah, I'm better at talking. Listen, I think I was writing an article about Marvel's Capcom 3.
Yeah, you were.
I got real into it, and I like wrote a whole lot down, but it was really badly written.
Yes.
So I couldn't do anything about that. Yeah.
It was a fun article though.
But no one wanted to edit it, and I couldn't edit it, so oh well.
If I'm not mistaken, I edited it and put it up, and was like, if you could find somebody to edit your articles before you send them to me, I will continue posting your articles. I will not do this again.
I was like, yeah, probably I can't. Sorry.
It almost took me more time than if I had just written the article myself.
Yeah. It's just at the time I had a really shitty computer, and I didn't even have Word. I think I wrote it in like a notepad.
Yes, you wrote it in Notepad. I remember this.
Because I don't have like a software for it, and
Yeah.
I didn't know how to like pirate it at the time. Not that I know now.
Yeah, how do you do that?
I don't know. I buy and purchase everything like a good mijo.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, no, I was never good in English, the class. I don't like putting punctuations. Even when I'm like talking to Colby, I don't put punctuations. I'm not good. I'm not good with like parentheses. I'm not good with like commas. I just don't like writing, and I don't do it a lot in my day to day, so it doesn't come in like handy.
True.
To learn it, so
fair enough, honestly.
But I pretty much write the way I talk, but I try to make it look a lot nicer.
Yeah. And that's most of what writing is. But yeah, the like next year, me, you, PAX, we're gonna do it.
But how much did the room cost?
Oh.
How much did the room and the plane cost?
Oh. You know.
Come on, Kobe. I'm a big boy. I can take it.
Are you sure?
I mean, if I want to go, I have to know.
Okay, hold on.
Gonna...
And keep in mind, like, so my wife purchased like most of this stuff. There's some other interesting details here, like, you know, you could have there are cheaper hotels, there are less expensive ways to go about things, you know.
I know.
But the flight there was $475 or so.
Oh God. Okay, that's not bad. It's not too bad.
You want to take a guess on how much the hotel room was?
Did you have a regular room?
I had a regular room, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the math for you, because...
So you had a regular room. What hotel was it?
the Aloft Hotel, which is one of the nicer, more modern Marriott
Oh,
hotels.
okay. Okay. Um, I'm going to wager. And how many days did you stay there?
So I stayed there 6 days. I checked in Thursday, March the 23rd, and I checked out Wednesday, March the 29th.
Okay. So, was that 5 nights and 6 days, or 6 nights and
That is 5 nights, 6 days. Yeah.
5 nights at a nice hotel? I'm gonna wager 1,200.
I wish. It was $1,950.
25.
19.
I don't have $2,500. I want to go to PAX, but I don't have that kind of money.
Hold on. So this was for way more days than we would be doing, right? So, we would be doing Thursday to like check out Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So that, let me see. So that's Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. It's 3. So it would have been about $1,200.
Oh, that's still $1,700.
Yeah, it is. But again, this is one of the nicer hotels. It's also like right next to the convention center. There are hotels that are a little further out where you have to like walk a bit to get to the convention center. Although I probably wouldn't do that now because I'm too old.
I mean, you could just Uber in.
No, you really, yeah. It's like an extra like $10 for nothing. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, I mean, there goes that dream. Unless somehow my money, unless I start doubling my income, my yearly.
Well, the thing is, so imagine if it's just you and me, right?
Okay.
If it's just you and me that are going, like not my wife, not anybody else, just you and me, and we split the cost on the hotel, that would be $600 for you. You still do have to pay $400 to fly out. No.
Yeah, that's still $1,000.
That's still $1,000.
I could do that, but then not be able to, I guess, buy. I'd probably set, I don't know, $50 aside for food, and I don't know. Oh man, that's a lot of money.
It is.
That is a lot of money.
It is actually a lot of money.
Oh boy, I'm just gonna go ahead and put a pin in that and give up my dream. I don't have that money.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of money. I'm a poor boy from a poor family. Scaramouche.
Do it.
Oh no, that is well, now I'm just sad.
I'm just saying. Listen, you'll be able to do it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I could if I started saving from January, March, April, May, June. If I start saving from June, I could probably do it. And I say that because I'm going to a concert in May. So
nice. Hell yeah.
I know. I could do that. If I pulled, I don't know, $200 from each of my checks, I could do it.
You could do it, V. You could do
it. So it's doable.
Yeah, it is. The convention itself was good. I played, me personally, as just me. I played 2 games.
All right.
I guess I played 3 games, but 2 of them were the same game.
Okay.
I played Mina the Hollower twice.
Hell yeah.
And I played Angerfoot once.
Fuck Angerfoot.
I literally spent 2 hours waiting to play Angerfoot. It was pretty good. It's like imagine like a 3D FPS Hotline Miami, but instead of like a retro wave kind of soundtrack, it's like a hard drum and bass kind of soundtrack.
Yeah.
Really, really cool aesthetic. Really fun gameplay. Your foot can kick in any door, and you pick up guns off of enemies to shoot other people with, and you throw the gun after you're done, and your foot is always a one-hit kill.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's like what is that game called? Not Red Hot.
Super Hot?
Super Hot.
Yeah, except that there's no like time slowing mechanic. God, I love Super Hot.
It's a good game. Such a good game.
It is.
I would have been happy with Mina the Hollower because I remember when I first heard about the Kickstarter, I shared it in Discord. I couldn't afford to back it, but I knew somebody would. And Colby backed it, and I was really, really happy at the trailer. It's such a cool game. It's like Legend of Zelda on the Super Nintendo, but the main character is a mouse. She has this digging mechanic. Really cool.
Yeah, it's really fun too. Like the exact aesthetic is Link's Awakening on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Like that's the sort of sprite fidelity we're working with here. And yeah, like Fee said, you basically have the ability, like when you jump up, if you keep holding jump, you dive under the ground, which allows you to like maneuver around enemies or like jump over big obstacles, and you go faster when you're underground. But you can't stay underground for long. You only stay under there for like a second or two. And yeah, you can pick up different weapons and sidearms like in Castlevania.
Yeah.
And it's really
so cool.
fun.
It looks really fun. I was really stoked about that.
So I noticed at the end of my playthrough session that there was a leaderboard, and the first time that I played, I was so bad at it that I was toward the bottom of the list. And I was like, I don't want to put in my initials on this. But like I learned how to play the game from that first session. So toward the end of that day, I just got in line again. I played it again and I got second place, and I stayed at second place until the end of the day.
Hell yeah.
Because like what they're counting for the score is like a combination of like whether or not you completed the demo, how much time you completed the demo in, and how many bones you got while you were digging around.
All about the bones, baby.
So I didn't beat the demo. I never got to the boss. I didn't beat the dungeon or anything, but I collected 2,000 bones.
Damn! It's a lot of bones.
It is a lot of bones.
Dude, that's sick. I would love that because I've been stoked for Mina the Hollower forever now, and I've been waiting like patiently for it to come out.
Yeah.
And especially because it's by the Hollow Knight guys, it's going to be a super good game.
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight. Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, and it's like, it's really fun. The aesthetics are really good, and the abilities that you get, the things that you can do are I don't know. The whole thing is just, it's a really fun time.
I'd say so. But that's like if you like that top-down Legend of Zelda like aesthetic. Does it feel more arcadey because it looks arcadey?
It feels a little arcadey, especially with like the Castlevania mechanics. It feels specifically like Castlevania, because you have the single-use items that are like on your side bar, whatever, your sidearms. But like it really plays a lot like Link's Awakening, and like, but the enemy movements feel it takes some getting used to, especially because like your main weapon is the whip, and it's just like Castlevania. It takes a while to wind up and hit, or you have daggers which go really fast.
Oh, that's Castlevania, baby.
That's Castlevania. Or you've got a big hammer that you can charge, and while you're charging it, you can't walk. But if you hit the button twice, you'll roll in that direction. So you can like be
Ooh.
charging up the hammer, and if somebody approaches you can roll backward and keep charging. And then
Ooh.
once you get close enough, you let the hammer down on them.
Nice.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
it's like
Can't
there's
wait
a
for
lot of
that.
really fun mechanics.
Yeah, you saw a lot of cool stuff too. Like I know you saw you did that. You saw Angerfoot. You saw Warhammer. What was it? Bolter, right?
Bolt gun, I believe.
Oh, gun. Oh, I saw the trailer for that. That game looks sick. It's basically if you like Warhammer 40K, just put it in a crock pot with Doom. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's it.
It's
It's
Warhammer 40K Doom.
it all. If somebody told me this was a Doom mod, I would be like, yeah, that makes sense.
I saw the trailer for this not so long ago, maybe a month or so ago. Looks
Mhm.
really good, and I really want to play it.
Yeah,
And
it looks like fun.
so you got me the Dead Island 2 koozie. Was there a Dead Island what's it called, panel? Were they doing
Oh, they had a demo Dead Island 2.
yeah, I'm sure you didn't play it, but like
No. No.
oh, how did you get the koozie? You just walk by and say, "Can I have that?"
Yeah, basically they had a thing where you could wait in line and you could play carnival games. And
Oh,
whatever game was open when you walked up is the one you played, and I played the game that was spin the wheel, get the prize that the wheel points to. The other two games were ring toss and like knock clowns down with beanbags.
hell yeah.
It's good.
That's what's up. Spin
Also,
the wheel.
this was on the last day, and I thought this was really funny. This guy or this woman shows up and gets to do the what is it, the throwing the beanbag thing, and they were like, oh, you have to get 8 to get a prize. She ends up getting 9,
Hell
and the guy was like, yeah, so you can get like any of the prizes. And she was like, what about this? And it was a fake like zombie non-hand that was just like a set piece of the decoration. He's like, yeah, okay, here, take it. And she was like, what, seriously? And she was like, yeah, I don't care. She was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
That's still pretty cool. They're just like, let's to clean up.
They're like, yeah, this is $10. It's Spirit Halloween. Whatever, dude.
Honestly, pretty cool, but I would have chose a prize. You want
Yeah.
that merch, baby. Gotta have that.
March.
Gotta get that merch. I used to be big into getting merch. Like I would always buy. This was back like GameStop days. I'd buy special editions to get special
Oh, yeah.
editions. But like I don't do that anymore because I don't have consoles anymore. But that's back when they gave good special edition stuff. They don't do anything anymore. Like the I think the last big special edition I got was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite,
Mm-hmm.
and I paid $250 for it. You want to know what I got? Or do you remember what they advertised for the Mega Edition?
No, I don't.
4 statues, Infinity Stones, and a steel case of the game.
Oh, right.
I was stoked because when you think of statues, you're just like, oh, they're fucking vinyl, or they're like, what's it called? Not glass, but like, you know what statue the like anime statues are made of, or like
Yeah.
So you get a Ryu, Captain America, or no, I'm sorry, Ryu, I think Iron Man, Captain Marvel, and Mega Man X.
Okay.
Real good size too. I think they were 12 inches each. 4 of them.
Sick.
You get all 4 of them, and then the Infinity Stones. And I was stoked for that because Thanos is in the game.
Yeah.
He's the big bad. And then when you got the Infinity Stones, they showed it, and it comes in a case, and it had all 6 stones, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna get the stones, and they said that the thing lights up, like there's lights under it.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at it now. Okay. It's Chun-Li, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Mega Man X, and yeah, just those 4.
Yeah. Those 4. Not I said Ryu, but it's not Ryu. I thought they were giving us these cool stones with a cool box. No, none of it was cool. It was all shit. I still have it. The statues were rubber, real cheap rubber, with plastic stands on the bottom. They looked fine, but it was cheap. And then the Infinity Stones, they couldn't come out of the box. They were just plastic fucking lights
Oh
built
no.
built into the case. And they lit up. They looked like Christmas lights someone put in a box. And it wasn't even a box, it was plastic.
Oh god, no.
It was so cheap.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pull this over onto
onto
the podcast screen.
Forgot we're live, which you should be watching us now.
True. Oh god. PC capture, are you there? Yes, this.
I'm up soon. Don't worry about it. We're doing it.
There it is. All right.
Hell yeah.
All right. So
I got all that stuff.
This is it, and I need you to see that there's like oh god, it's hard. You can't. Yeah, it's hard to zoom in on this.
Well, there's more than one slide. Maybe there's a close up on it.
I want you to see, like, look at Chun-Li's eyes.
Oh yeah,
they're just they're not right.
They're not.
Oh.
So
why?
It's so
Oh
bad.
no, Captain Marvel, no.
So bad. Oh, it's worse in person. I know because I found it the other day. Oh no, Mega Man.
No, the Infinity Stones just look like eggs. These just look like eggs.
They're like light up Easter eggs, and they don't come out of the box. They're just built in.
Oh no.
$250 for this I spent.
Jeez. That is ridiculous.
I've never been more angry in my life.
To be fair, I experienced something very similar with the Duke Nukem Forever Collector's Edition.
No.
It did say like, oh, you're gonna get a Duke Nukem bust, and I was like, a bust? That's sick. I'm expecting like a 1.5 foot tall like bust of Duke.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's legitimately like a 4-inch tall like statue, and I was like, this is really bad. And like little like not full size playing cards with like the Biohazard logo on the back, but like mini playing cards and dice, like 2 dice and a 1 poker chip.
No. That's such a Duke Nukem thing to do.
Yeah.
But that's shitty. I've gotten really good special editions before.
Oh yeah.
So like I've got the Borderlands 2 special edition.
Mm-hmm.
And it came with a bobblehead Marcus, really good quality.
Nice.
And it came with an art book and a big map of Pandora.
Hell yeah.
And I still have that. Not the bobblehead anymore. When it was with one of my exes, their niece fucking broke it, and I was pissed off. And then my ex got mad at me.
What?
Yeah, she was like, I was mad. I was like, your fucking niece broke my thing. She's like, well, why are you so mad? It's just a toy. I'm like, it's not just a toy. I'm like, that's a special edition for a game. And I'm like, I had it on my shelf. Your fucking niece, ran into my shelf. And when I told her not to go into the corner because there are things that could fall into the corner of the apartment we were living in at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, don't go over there. Don't play around over there. There's stuff that could fall off the shelf if you bump into it that can break. And what did they do? They fucking did exactly what I told them not to do. It's like an 8 or 10-year-old. I mean, if it was younger, I'd understand, but this kid could understand direction.
Yeah.
So I was like real mad. And my ex-girlfriend was just like, God, stop being a child. I'm like, oh, that was one of the tells of I knew I was gonna break up with her.
Yeah, like I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go. But
Man.
yeah, no, I had that. I have the Metroid. What's the one that came out on the Wii that nobody liked?
Other M.
Yeah, I have the other M Special Edition.
Hell yeah.
I think I have like a Fallout Special Edition card deck that I used to go to GameStop. There used to be some guys that I knew that were cool with me there. And if they had extra stuff, I'd be like, "Hey, do you got any extra like stuff?" And they were like, "Yeah," and they would just give it to me.
Hell yeah.
So I had like a couple of playing cards. Like I had Red Dead Redemption playing cards. I had Fallout playing cards. I had like styluses for my DS. I probably have a couple of other. Oh, one of my favorite ones was Dead Rising 2 Special Edition, which came with a medical pamphlet from the in-universe. It came with a pen that looked like a syringe.
Sweet.
It came with the steel book, it came with an art book, and it came with a map.
Nice.
So good. Man, special editions used to be so cool.
I have the special edition for Fallout 4 that comes with it comes with this big, I guess you would call it a trunk, like a capsule case, but it has like an actual Pip-Boy that you can wear on your arm.
Oh yeah, that one.
And you can like slot your phone into it.
Yeah, everyone had that one.
That's very cool.
You didn't get the what's it called? The Fallout 76 bag with the asbestos helmet, did you?
I did not. It's very unfortunate. I should have. That would have been sick.
Yeah, you would have been sick.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. They're like, we put asbestos in it because, that's what it would be in Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was pissed off about that edition.
Listen, you want to live, right? You want to live in the way that the Fallout people live.
Here you go. Put this on.
I'm looking. I was looking at like the top like collector's editions of games, and one of the top ones that somebody listed was for Catherine Love is Over Deluxe Edition.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. That one's supposed to be really good or expensive.
It's got a T-shirt and boxers so that you can look like Vincent from the game. It's got a pillow cover of Slutty Catherine.
Yeah.
It has a it has a pizza box with the Stray Sheep logo on it.
Sick.
And it's got a Love is Over pin, the soundtrack. It's honestly got some pretty cool stuff in it.
You want to know what one of the more expensive, hard to find special editions is? Dead Island.
Oh, that's right. That's the one with like the dead tits, yeah?
Yeah, that's the one with the woman zombie torso. No head, no arms, just in a bikini.
Yeah.
And fucking I honestly, if no one would have brought attention to it, I probably wouldn't have noticed it. I would have been like, this is cool, because you're on a resort and you're killing zombies and this makes sense. But then they brought it to my attention. I was like, yeah, I guess that is bad. I guess that is pretty bad.
Yeah, not great. not a great thing to especially can you imagine like you go out on imagine for a second you're a woman.
All right, I'm there.
Okay. Now imagine that you go out on a date with some guy and then he's like, yeah, like let's go back to my apartment, and you're like, yeah, okay, cool. Like I recognize that this could be a risky move, but I feel kind of okay. He seems all right. I have my own car. I think I'll be all right. And then you walk into his apartment and he's like, yeah, let me I'll go make us some drinks or some coffee or whatever. Feel free to sit on the couch. And you go to his bookshelf. You look at all of his collector video game stuff, and then you just see the dismembered and bloodied torso of a woman on his bookshelf, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but it says Dead Island on it.
It says Dead Island Riptide.
See, but there's at least there's context. So she could feel uncomfortable. Or say you or I in this situation are like, oh, that's not good. You had to have known you bought it, right? but then you're just like, yeah, but I this is a game that I really enjoy. I buy the special editions for like all the games that I really enjoy, and the statue came with it. Yeah, I didn't make it, but I did want to own it, and I guess it's there now. It's neat.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. So you'd be like, it's not a big deal. I'm not gonna hide it. I paid money for it.
Yeah, sure, but also, I don't want to end up like that torso.
Yeah,
that torso's looking a little sussy.
You're not gonna what's it called? You're not gonna kill me in my sleep, are you?
Hey, you're not gonna make me one of these, right? This isn't like a blueprint for tonight, right?
You're not a necrophiliac, are you?
If I lifted a statue up and I look at the bottom, it's not going to be a fleshlight, right? It's not. It won't be.
Oh, dude,
because if it is, not only am I leaving, I'm going to kill you first.
Listen, there's weird fleshlights, so I'm not gonna kink shame anyone.
Nope. Stop! I will kink shame anyone to death if they have the dismembered, bloodied torso of a headless woman as a fleshlight.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
You were fucking dead to me.
What if they had the vajankle?
That's fine. Honestly, do whatever you want, man.
Some people are into feet. Some people like feet with vaginas on their ankle.
Yeah, honestly, pretty weird. Not a thing that I would do. Not a thing that I would recommend you do.
Yeah. I just, how's that hot? First of all, I get it. People like feet, but how are feet hot?
I don't know, but like people have different tastes in things. So like, God, I remember early on in our relationship, my wife was describing depression to me. And I was like, I can't fathom that you get home like from work or whatever and you're tired, but you know you need to do the dishes and then you just don't. I can't fathom it. And my wife was like, well, sometimes you have depression and like that means that like it takes much more energy to like get up and do stuff and like have the function to be able to go and do things. And I was like,
tell me about it.
I was like, yeah, well, sometimes you're sad and then that just you gotta deal with it. It's fine. And my wife was like, you don't understand depression. And I was like, yeah, correct. I don't understand depression. My wife was like, right. I'm telling you, that's why you don't understand you don't understand the effects of depression because you don't have depression. So you don't understand how like debilitating it can be. And I thought about it for a second and I went, oh, so the problem, okay. So it's not that like, oh, if I was in that situation, I would simply not do that. It's like, if I was in that situation and had depression, maybe I would have more context for this, but I don't have that. So I can't possibly imagine how it feels.
Yeah. Just be happy, idiot.
Yeah. Just, hey, whenever someone asks you to do something and they're depending on you to do it, you just fucking do it, stupid. Come on.
I'm really kicking myself now because when I was younger in my teens, I used to think that way.
Yeah.
I was such a cringe ass bitch.
Cringe ass bitch. That's who I am.
That's who I was. I'm now a degenerate and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, much better, honestly.
Much better.
Blow up. Yeah, it's I don't know, like one of the first steps to like understanding people that are different to you is like reconciling that, especially whenever like somebody has like a mental illness or is neurodiverse in some way, that like your brain does not and can't work the same way that theirs does. And so like you can't fathom why they would do something. does not mean that it's like an invalid thing to do, and doesn't mean that like what they're doing is wrong, or doesn't mean that they're faking it. The thing with excuse me.
Bless you.
The thing with depression is like the having low energy stuff that can really easily turn into just like, oh well, you're lazy. Like I have, my friend Fee, he comes over to my house and I ask him to do something and he just doesn't do it for 45 minutes, and I'm like, Fee, and he's like, oh, sorry. And he's just being lazy. That's what you're doing. You're just being lazy. And it's like the effects, the outcomes are the same. The reasons for doing it are vastly different.
That's not true. I would never go to your house and ignore you.
True. That is probably true. The thing is, I was my again, I was trying my best to not bring up my therapist this time, but here we are.
Oh, you love doing it.
My therapist and I were talking, and I was like, there was a day where my dad asked me, like, I came home from school and I was just on my bed playing Game Boy. I picked up my Game Boy and just started playing, and my dad was like, hey, can you go to the store and go buy us like a can of corn for dinner? And I was like, yep, I can do that. And then my dad comes into my room like 20 minutes later and he's like, why the hell haven't you left? And I was like, oh, sorry, I'm real tired, and I'll do it. I promise I'll do it. I'm just really tired. And he was like, I bet if your girlfriend was here, you'd get out of your bed. And I thought about it and I went, well, yeah, of course I would get out of my bed because my girlfriend's here. And then I went, oh, well, if I can do that, if I can get out of bed and do things because my girlfriend is here, I should just be able to get out of bed and do things that I'm supposed to be doing all the time anyway. And from that point on, I was like, this is the correct attitude to have, and this is how everybody's brain should function. I have the ability to do it, therefore I need to do it.
I can't, dude. I can't. That's why my mom, she'll tell me, like, just even today, like, she told me earlier, it must have been like 11 or so, maybe like 12. She was like, hey, can you go buy milk, for dinner? And she already knows me. So she's like, you don't have to do it now. Just do it whenever we're before a certain time. And I go, yeah. And I'm in bed. And I'm just playing on my tablet, watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, she comes and tells me, she's like, you know what? I kind of want you to go right now because I'm tired. And I'm like, oh, okay. And even after she told me, like, it took me 10 minutes to get out of bed to, like, work myself up to go to the store.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how it, like, back then, not so much. Now, that's how I live.
Yeah.
I have to work up. I have to work up the energy to do stuff because I'm very I have depression. Not diagnosed, but I know I have it. I need to go get it diagnosed. But that's another one of the things where I need to go check it, but I don't want to look in if my insurance works at a certain place. If it works at a place, that means I have to drive over there. That means I have to go do it. And then what if they tell me I don't? What if they tell me I have something else? And then, that's a lot of, like, energy I have to exert just to go and check something.
Yeah, that's actually a very common thing, is to be like, I'm pretty sure I have depression or I have ADHD, but God, getting everything set up and actually following through, and then I have to make sure that my insurance covers it, and if it doesn't cover it, then like they have to cover other medicine, and finding that takes time.
And then after I do that and they give me my medication, and then let's say we're doing it for like a couple of months, I have to take my doctor's note and like a list of my prescriptions to my job and tell them I'm going to be on these prescriptions from now on. So that way, if we do a drug test, these are the prescriptions I'm on. I have to tell them so that way they won't think I'm like doing some kind of drugs.
Yeah.
So there's layers of layers upon things.
Yeah.
that I have to do that I'm just like, man, as much as I wish I want to fix this, that's a lot of stuff I don't want to do.
Yep. Yep. It's extremely common to think like that.
It's just not fun. And I honestly I hate living like this, but I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah. There's
So,
honestly, like, the easiest thing that you can do is to get somebody else to make the appointment for you and then just follow through.
yeah, if I had someone else make the appointment for me and I had my mom drive me.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to, because then it just starts snowballing, because like getting started and like calling your doctor and being like, hey, I want to get checked out for this, is honestly the hardest part, because after that you can be like, hey, does my insurance cover this? Will my insurance cover that? Who do I talk to? And then they're like, well, you got to come back for this follow-up. You have to go do that. You have to like go over here. We're going to give you this prescription to start off with. And all of that stuff just starts to flow after you just start.
Yeah. But getting to that point is the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I feel like I'm on a tiny boat in the middle of an ocean right now.
Yeah, man. That's very relatable.
It's a number of things. It's just I have the means to do it. It's just I don't have the drive to do it. And that's kind of how my life is. Like my mom's like, you never leave your room. I'm like, there's not a lot for me to do outside of my house.
Yeah.
Besides go to work, and then when I'm off, like, what do you want me to do? I don't have the motivation to go outside. I don't have the man. I'm living a very depressed life. I like to lay in bed. I like to sit on my chair. I don't like to go out and do stuff. She's like, you can go to store with me. I'm like, I don't wanna.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that one of the activities that you listed that you like doing is sitting in your chair.
I like sitting in my chair.
Yeah, big fan. I got this cool chair I like to sit in. It's very good.
It's very good. I like sitting in a chair and I like laying in my bed. I don't like doing anything else. And then when I go to work, I sit in a chair for 12 hours, which I very much enjoy.
Yeah, but that chair is not as good as the chair at home.
It's not, and that's the worst part. God, people at work probably don't think I live like this, but I do. Not like live like like I live in a fucking room of shambles. But my house is nice. It's just probably don't think I don't come back home on my days off. Fucking just don't want to go or do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's easy to imagine because I know who you are, but I'm sure if like somebody is just, because I remember at my first job that I got, I was talking to a guy who he lived in India. He came to America for school and then he got a job here.
Yeah.
And we were talking because I used to drop him off at his apartment after work sometimes. And I was like, yeah, so what are you going to do after work? And he was like, probably watch Netflix and go to bed. And I was like, what? What do you mean? Nothing else? Like, you're not going to like play a game or like go somewhere? And he was like, no,
man.
I don't know what else. I don't know what else there is to do. And I was like, well, I play video games. I write for my like website. I hang out with my girlfriend. We go and like do stuff.
Rub it in his face, why don't you?
And I was like, there's like a ton of stuff you could be doing. You don't say that there's nothing to do. And he was like, yeah, I don't really want to do any of that. And I was like, I don't fucking get that, but okay.
God, that sounds like my old coworker. Fucking, what are you gonna do? I'm like, gonna go home. I'm gonna chill. He's like, that's it? I'm like, yes, that's it. And he's like, you don't want to go out? I'm like, and do what? And he just didn't like really have an answer. He's like, I don't know, go hang out with friends, go watch a movie. I'm like, by myself? I'm like, all my friends don't live near me. And I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go do stuff by myself. Like, what are you gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna walk my dog, and I might go to my parents' house. I'm like, I live with my mom. I'm like, I see her every day. I'm like, what is?
Yeah. Yeah, you're like I don't I mean, I play games, like I have games that I play or I
Yeah,
can
I'm like, I'm playing a game. I'm gonna stream. What do you want me to do?
I
Well,
don't know, I'll go out to the
why don't you go out and
store
why don't you
maybe.
just go out and walk or something? I'm like, for what?
Yeah, for what? Where to? Why?
Yeah, God, I'm so like that. Like, why don't you go for a hike? I'm like, where? I'm like, if I'm like, listen, I tell him, I'm like, if I want to go do anything that's worth my time, I'd have to drive to Corpus.
Yeah.
That's a 30-minute drive. I'm like, that's gas. I have to figure out what I want to do. I'm probably gonna eat over there. I'm like, and for what? To spend an hour or two, maybe walking around the mall, not buying anything, just looking at stuff. I could look at all that stuff online. I'm like, no. I'm like, that's not worth my time. Like, oh, you don't want fresh air? No. I can open the window and get fresh air. Just no, there's none of this is worth my time. Not saying like I'm above everything. It's just to me it's not worth my time.
Man. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because the other thing is people don't know much about like where we grew up.
Yeah.
Walking around in our town is nothing. It's like
Yeah.
we live in the country. Like you can go see some fields, a tree.
There's just old houses and there's a track by my house and there's like no one out ever.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on my days off, which are very like in between, like not normal days off. It's
Yeah.
just there's no one out. There's like people driving around, and then there's maybe kids playing if it's an off day. But like there's just dirt roads everywhere, just caliche, and just it's not exciting. And then there's nothing to do. Even if I got in my car, I'd have to drive X amount of like time to go do something worth. Even if I drove to like Portland, what do you want me to do? Go to Walmart and do what? There's nothing in Portland.
Yeah. Just go to the Walmart, walk around, go to the GameStop, walk
And
around, go to
maybe
the Chili's,
and I don't know, have a drink, buy a sampler.
buy a sampler, buy a triple dipper.
It's just I don't I don't feel like there's anything. It's not like Austin. Like you could drive 10 or so minutes and there's a shitload to do.
Mm-hmm.
Over where I live, there's nothing. And it
Yeah.
kind of makes me sad, but I don't want to. I can't move anywhere. I don't like I can't move anywhere because I have no one to move with. I can't afford to live on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I kind of like being here because I support my mom sometimes
Yeah.
when she needs help. So kind of like in a weird place.
Yeah, but you're doing your best to, you help out the family. You get a good hang going, but like it's like I can even growing up, it's hard. Like even growing up in the area, it's hard to imagine if I came back now, what would my evenings look like? It would just be what I'm doing right now, I guess, which is
Yeah.
I spend most of my time on the internet.
Yeah, same.
I take my son to the park.
I mean, hey,
That
there's a
it.
few parks here.
Hey.
Hey, oh, speaking of parks, you know they're building one of those like waiting water parks down the road.
Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, why though? So weird. I mean, yeah, fine. If there's kids that are willing to go there, cool. But like, that's so weird.
Our
Especially,
town, the town that we grew up in, has Like, it has less population than it did whenever I graduated. So it's probably under 4,000 people at this point. And we have a small water park for some reason. Don't know why.
Yeah. But like everyone goes there when it's open. It's not even a good water park.
No, it is not. It is not.
It's
there's not a public pool within.
It's a lazy river.
Yeah. We don't have any other pool opportunities. There used to be one in the town next door. That closed down and is now a dog park. So
but there used to be one in our town too, but it closed.
True.
It's so stupid. I don't even.
It was also racist, so
yeah.
That's good.
I'm not even gonna say I hate our town. It's just I know it's boring, but I enjoy it because it's quiet.
It is quiet.
So
that is one really nice thing. It's just like,
and then at night when you look up in the air, it's so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's very dark. Although I will say, it's less dark now because there's a bunch of wind generators all over the place. So you just have these big blinking red lights all over the place.
Yeah, these ominous blinking lights. But like, if you just look a little bit above that, it's just gorgeous country night sky. But that's where I am. That's where I am in life. And honestly, like, I wish if I was to move anywhere like a big like metropolis, I could take my family with me and afford to like have them live like with or around me, but I can't.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Right there with you.
Until then, I guess we'll just live our small country life, and I guess I'll have to learn to love again.
It's times like these. That is going to do it for our show. We had one more topic to talk about. I watched Sonic 2 and John Wick and the first hour Snowpiercer, and they were all pretty good. But that is going to do it for our show.
Wait, which John Wick?
The first one.
Ooh, all good movies except for Snowpiercer. I didn't watch that. I've never seen it.
It's fine. You can catch us live. We do this show live on Twitch. If you go to twitch.tv/GoGettasPod and follow us there, you'll get a notification for whenever we go live next. The recording of this is also going to be up on our YouTube later whenever the podcast is released. We release our podcast every Wednesday. The audio version comes out at 5 a.m. The video replay comes out at 2 p.m. And you can subscribe to the audio version on any podcatcher that you can think of. We are on all of those platforms. I guarantee it.
Yeah. There's a million of them, and we're on all of them.
And if you can find a platform that we are not on, Fee will eat your butt.
And Colby will suck your nuts.
True.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Look, I'm putting my hand out right now for shakies.
Yep. I'm doing it. You can't see, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it so hard.
So hard. So yeah, we're on all audio platforms. We're on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. We put out TikToks. We put out shorts every week. We put out our videos every week, so you can follow, comment, and subscribe on there. And then Twitch, which you can follow us. I know Kobe said it, but he didn't say it cool enough. But so yeah, we're on everything. You can find us on everything, and just do all the social media hubbubaloo. And before you go. I want you to make an indie game. I want you to make an indie game. I want you to sneak into PAX. I want you to get this weird convoluted thing that you submit to PAX so you can be a special guest. But after you do it and you're ready to go, I want Mr. E3 himself to come in, steal your credentials, and then run away. And then you have to go get him.
Go get him. Yeah, I guess Mr. E3 isn't doing anything else right now, so why not?
I forgot the name of the guy who does E3. I was gonna say Jeff Keighley, but
I don't know that there is a guy that does E3.
I couldn't
It's just a
think of
company.
I couldn't think of Jeff Keighley's name until just now.
Yeah, Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley's gonna come and take your PAX pass.
I was saying you get the PAX and Jeff Keighley fucking robs you.
God. And he says, no one's gonna believe you.
Who's gonna believe you? Huh? And he fucking runs.
Just sprints away. Ridiculous.
I think Jeff Keighley has a podcast. It's called Keelcast. I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't think that's just kidding.
Keeled over. That's the name of this podcast.
God, get out of here. Go. I love you. Bye.
Bye.